Still applying for data analyst job without any strong project in your portfolio? Then let me tell you something honestly. Your chance of getting shortlisted are very low because recruiter don't just want to hear that you know Excel. They want proof. They want to see project, dashboard, business insight, problem solving skills and interactive report. And that is exactly what we are going to build in this video. Today, we will create a complete interactive Swiggy sales dashboard in Excel that you can add to your resume, LinkedIn and GitHub portfolio to impress recruiter and increase your job opportunities. Now look at this project created completely in Excel. Whenever you click on slicer like month, state, food type or category, the complete dashboard update automatically in real time. You will actually see the interactivity across all the visuals, chart, KPIs, maps and report. In this project, you will learn how to create professional KPIs, build dynamic charts, design interactive slicer, analyze regional monthly and daily sales, create food category insight, build top restaurant and top city analysis, design a complete professional dashboard layout. And the best part, even if you are a complete beginner, you can still follow along and build this project step by step. Also, all the practice files and dataset used in this project are given in the description below. My name is Shakti Sharma. I am a trainer at V Excellent. If you enjoy learning practical data analytics project, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more powerful project like this. Now, without wasting any time, let's dive in. So friends, on the screen you can see this is the final output of the project which we gonna create in this video. I think most of you know already that Swiggy is a food delivery company. The task of Swiggy is very simple. It will pick up the food order from the restaurant and it will go to the respective destination and deliver that food to the customers. I hope you know already that the Swiggy will deliver the food all over the India, right? On the screen you can see I have created this interactive dashboard which is Swiggy Sales Analytics Dashboard. Now let me show you what are the KPIs I have taken, what are the visual, what are the slices which we gonna create in this video. Let me tell you one important point. This Swiggy sales dashboard is completely interactive. If you want, let me show you. At the left hand side, I have taken month slicer, next state, next food type and these are the category. Let's suppose I want to filter this dashboard according to March month. I will simply click on this March slicer. Once I click, wow, look at the dashboard carefully. The dashboard will update instantly. You can see the update inside the dashboard, whereas you can see the KPIs visual. Each and every visual will be updated according to March month. If you want to clear the filter, it is very simple. Just to click on this option, the filter will be removed. On the top, I have created 5 KPIs. I think most of you already know that KPI means key performance indicator. These are the single value which represent the complete data. For example, first I have created this total sales KPI. So basically this single value represent the total sales of this complete sales dashboard. In the same way, I had created total orders KPI, average order value, average rating and average count. So basically in this video we will create this all KPIs step by step. If you are a beginner, no need to take any tension because I am here to guide you step by step. Alright. Now let's move into the visual. So first I have created this map visual which is regional wise sales. This regional sales map represents the sales in different parts of India. If you want, let me highlight it. This graph is looking completely professional. If the sales are minimum, you can see the color is light orange. In the same way, if the sale is maximum, you can see the color is this one, right? So basically I used a gradient color. So with the help of this map, we can easily say that the Karnataka state is having the highest sale and the light color states are having the least color. And here you can notice these are the colors which are white color. This state does not contain any data. So this is how you can understand with the map chart. Next to move into the next visual is monthly sales. Right now in my case I have taken the Swiggy dataset which contain the data of only 8-month record from January to August. So this data represent only the 8th month record. Now with the help of this monthly sales trend, you can easily understand that which month is having the highest sale and which month is having the least sale. In the same way, I also created one daily sales line chart which represent the day wise sales, right? With the help of this, you can easily say that Saturday is having the highest sales. Now moving to the next chart is donut chart which represents sales by food type. Means what is the contribution of veg category and what is the contribution of non-veg. So with the help of this donut chart we can easily understand it. In the same way I also created one tree map. So basically this tree map represent top 10 restaurant. The top restaurant is KFC and next we have different restaurant name in the order wise. So these are the top 10 restaurant which is easily represent with the help of tree map. Now moving to the next visual is top 5 cities. So basically with the help of this bar chart we can easily understand that the first top city is Bangalore and next we have the Lucknow, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Delhi. And the last visual is quarter wise sales, average rating and the orders. So friends, this dashboard is completely interactive where you can see all the visual will be update instantly, right? So with this, I hope you guys understood this complete dashboard which we gonna create in this video from scratch. If you are a beginner, don't worry. I will show you step by step how you can create this interactive dashboard in Excel. Now in order to create this interactive dashboard, you need to have one data set, right? So now let's see the data set. With the help of data set only we can create this interactive dashboard step by step. I have taken this Swiggy raw data set. Let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you are creating any interactive dashboard in Excel, Power BI or any other tools, the first and most important step is you need to understand the data, because once you understand the data then it will be very easy in order to create the interactive dashboard. You can create the KPIs, visual, slicer and lot more. Alright, now let's understand the data step by step. Let me highlight the columns. Right, the first column is state column. This state column contains the Indian state's name. Next to move into the city column. The city column contains different cities name. Next we have the order date column. As I already told you, this data set contain only 8-month record. So basically it will have the record of from January to August. Okay. Next we have the restaurant name from where the order is delivered. Next we have the location column. These are the categories of the food item. Next we have the dish name. The dish name column contains different dishes like, for example, idli, dosa, South Indian and North Indian, puri, chole bhature, paratha. My favorite is gulab jamun. What is your favorite? Do write in the comment section. Okay. Now moving to the next column is food type. The food type column contains veg and non-veg. Alright. Next we have the price column, rating column and the rating count. Now let me show you total number of record in this data set. If you want to see total number of record, it is very simple. Now you need to press Ctrl down arrow on keyboard. Once I press Ctrl down arrow, you can see the last record of this data set. Oh no, look at the screen carefully guys. This data set contains total 1,97,431 record. So basically this data set contains 1,97,430 record because the first row is the column heading, right? This data set is very big because this is a food data set, right? Now if you want to go to the first row, it is very simple. Press Ctrl up arrow, you will get to the first row. I hope you guys understood the complete data set. If you understood, do like this video, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comment section what is your favorite dish. Now before we create an interactive dashboard in Excel, first let me show you the problem statement. Just wait for a few seconds. Right. Now first we will create the KPIs. KPI means key performance indicator, as I already told you in the starting, right? Now in this video we will create 5 KPIs. The first KPI is total sales, where you can see overall revenue generated from food order across all restaurant. Next we will create the total orders. Next average order value, average rating, and rating count. We will see one by one each. These are the 5 KPIs which we are going to create in this video, as I already shown you in the starting, right? Now, if you guys are excited to see how we can create this interactive dashboard from scratch, then do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comment section excited. Now let's move on to the practical part. So first, let's open the Excel file. Now without wasting any time, let's see practically how we can find total sales KPI. Now it is very simple, guys. First you need to convert this data into tabular format. This is very important. As I already converted this data into tabular format, you can see each column contains the filter icon, right? If you want to convert any data into tabular format, it is very simple. You need to press Ctrl T on keyboard. If you want to do it manually, it is very simple. Click on Insert tab. Under Insert tab, there is one option, Table. Just look at the screen, guys. This is a table option available. If you want to convert any data into table, it is very simple. Just you need to click on this table option available. Now if I click on any one of the cell of this data set, on the top you can see table design tab will be activated. Let's click on table design tab. If you want to change the table name, it is very simple. On the top left corner there is one option, table name. Now instead of table name, I will change the name to Swiggy data, as WIGGY, Swiggy underscore data. Now I have given the table name as Swiggy data, right? Now let me show you practically how you can create a pivot table. It is very simple. First you need to select the complete data set, press Ctrl A on keyboard. The data set will be selected. Now click on the Insert tab. I think most of you already know that the Insert tab is present beside Home tab, right? Now under Insert tab there is one option, Pivot table. The first option you will see the Pivot table option, right? Once you click on Pivot table, two different options are available. The first one is from table range and second one is from external data source. Let me tell you, my data set is present in this Excel workbook. So what I will do, I will simply go with the first option. But let's suppose if your data set is present in different Excel workbook or CSV file, SQL server or any PDF. So what you need to do is you need to just go with the second option, which is from external source. Let me zoom in. Right. Now I will go with the first option, which is from table range. Once I click on this, you will get one dialog box which represent pivot table from table or range. Already my table is selected, which is Swiggy data, right? Now this is the table range. The table is selected already. Now it will ask, choose where you want the pivot table to be placed, either a new worksheet or existing worksheet. Let me tell you, whenever if you are creating any pivot table, make sure to check this option, which is new worksheet, because with the help of this option, the pivot table will be created in new worksheet without disturbing the original data set which is present in this Swiggy data sheet. Now I will simply avoid this existing worksheet. Now it will ask you, choose whether you want to analyze multiple table. Add this data to the data model. In my case, I have only one single table, which is the Swiggy data. So what I will do, I will neglect this. Now simply click on OK. Once you click on OK, a new sheet will be created, which is sheet 1. At the left hand side, you can see this is the pivot table, empty box is available. Alright. And at the right hand side, let me bring my camera right. At the right hand side, the pivot table field pane will be activated, where you can see all the columns names are available, such as state, city, order date, restaurant. So basically whatever columns are available in the Swiggy data, all the column record will be shown here. So basically these are the data field available from the Swiggy data. At the bottom, 4 different boxes are available. Let me zoom in, guys. First we have the filter, column, row and value. These 4 boxes are very important. I will show you practically what is the use of these 4 boxes. Now if you want to change the layout of this pivot table field, it is very simple. Just to click on this small icon available. This is the setting icon. Let's click on this. From here you can change the layout of your pivot table field. In this way you can change the layout. I hope you are understanding, but what I will do, I will select this layout. After inserting the pivot table, if you are not getting this pivot table field at the right hand side, no need to worry. Let me show you. Whenever if you create a pivot table, the pivot table analyze and the design tab will be activated, right? So these two tab will be activated. Now it is very simple, just to click on pivot table analyze tab. On the top there is one option which is field list. This field list should be active. Let's suppose if I click on this field list, at the right hand side you can see the pivot table field will be hide. If you want to unhide, it is very simple, just you need to click on this field list. So with the help of this option you can hide and unhide the pivot table field. Now let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you want to see this pivot table field, make sure your cursor should be inside this pivot table only. Let's suppose if you keep your cursor outside this pivot table, the pivot table field will be disappear. So make sure you need to keep your cursor inside this pivot table only. Now we need to find the total sales amount. It is very simple, just a drag and drop. Let me show you practically. At the right hand side, this is a pivot table field, right? Inside this pivot table field, there is one record which is price. So this is the price record. Now what you need to do is simply you need to select this price record and drag inside the value. Just you need to drag and drop it. And at the left hand side, this is a pivot table one. You will see the output instantly. Let me show you guys. Select the price column and drag inside the value. Wow, it's completely amazing. Now you will get the sum of price, which is a total sales amount, instantly. So with the help of pivot table, you can summarize your record within second. Now let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you drag any column inside the value, by default the pivot table will generate the sum of value. So basically it will give the summarization based on the sum. Now let's suppose if you want to find the minimum price, maximum price or total count of price. So what you need to do is, it is very simple, just to click on this option. Let me zoom in. This is the value field setting option available. Now basically if I click on this option, you will get one dialog box, value field setting. If you want to change the name, let's suppose I want to give the name as total sales. I will simply change the name from here. Just to look at the screen. Okay, total sales. Now with the help of this option you can change the name. So basically by default the pivot table will generate the sum, which is sum, right? Let's suppose I want to find the average price. I will simply click on this average. Once I click on OK, now you will see the average of price, right, inside this pivot table. So no need of using any formula like average, mean, max, sum. With the help of this pivot table, you can get the answer quickly. Now if you want to see the value field setting, just right click on the value. Now this is the value field setting. Now instead of going at the right hand side, you can simply right click on the value. Now I want sum, right? I will simply click on the sum. Now I will change the name. Or let me show you guys. Once I click on this, now you will get the sum of price, right? If you want to rename this sum of price, it is very simple. Just to click on this cell. Now inside the formula bar, you will get the sum of price, right? Now from here you can change. I will give the name as total. Look at the screen. In this way you can rename your record. Now I want to give formatting to the total sales because I am unable to understand what is the total sales amount. It is very simple. Under home tab there is one option number, right? Just you need to expand this. From here I want to show in currency, right? Total sales amount is in currency. Simply click on this option. Now once you click, you will get the currency, which is 5 crore 30 lakhs 12,505. If you want to show the decimal value, you can show, but I don't want the decimal value. So what you need to do is, in order to decrease the decimal places, you need to click on this option which is decrease decimal, right? Now let's click on this option, guys. Done. Now the decimal places are removed. In this way you can give the formatting for the value. With this we have done with the total sales amount. So first let me rename this sheet 1. Now instead of sheet 1 I will give as analyze. I rename the sheet 1 to analyze. Now inside this analyze sheet we will be creating all the pivot table and the pivot chart. With the help of this we will create an interactive dashboard. Now moving to the Swiggy data, right. Now let me show you the second KPI which we gonna create. The second KPI is to find total orders, total number of order customer receive. If you guys know, do write in the comment section how to find total orders. If you don't know, don't worry, let me show you. Now if you observe carefully inside this Swiggy dataset, there is no single column which represent the order detail. Just to look at the columns carefully, there is no columns, right, which represent order detail. So what we gonna do is we will pick up any one of the column. So let's suppose I will go to the analyze sheet. This is the pivot table, right? I will pick up any one of the column. Now instead of sum, I will find the count of order. Let's suppose I will select the state column inside the value, just to drag and drop. Now by default, the pivot table will give count of state. Let's suppose I will go to the value field setting. Here you can notice inside the pop-up, you will get count, right? So basically instead of sum, you will get the count. Why you are getting count? Let me show you. Inside the Swiggy dataset, the state column contains the catalogical data. If your column contains the numeric data, it will give you sum. But if your data contains the catalogical data, it will count the total number of record present in this particular column. So basically what it has done, it has count the number of state. When I drag the state column inside the value, by default it will give count of state. So basically it is not calculating the unique count, it is calculating total number of count present in this state column. I will remove the currency just to go with this option. Now instead of currency, I will click on this general. Alright, now you will get the value. Now I will use comma in order to represent the value properly. Now we have the count of state as 1,97,430. But instead of count of state, what I will do, I will change the name, because we are finding the total orders, right? So this is the total orders KPI. I hope you guys are understanding. In this way you need to find total order. Now let's see the next KPI. The next KPI is calculate average order value, average revenue earned per order. Let's see practically. Let me go to the Excel. Right. Now here we have the pivot table which show total sales and total order. Now in order to find the average order value, it is very simple. Just to select this price column and drag inside the value. Just you need to drag and drop it. Once you drag and drop, now you will get by default sum of price. Now instead of sum of price, as I already shown you previously, you need to just to go to the value field setting. Now we need to find average order value, right? It is very simple, just to click on this average. Now once I click on average, click OK. Wow, now you will get guys average order value which is 269. If you want to change the name of this heading, you can simply change from here average. Let's give the name as average order, right, value. Right, we change the name. Now we have average order value as rupees 269. But I want to show this value in decimal. So what I will do, I will increase the decimal places. Now in this way I will increase the decimal places because this value is very small. The total sales value is very big, so I neglected the decimal places. But the average order value, we need to add the decimal places. Now with this, I hope you guys understood how to find the average order value. Now moving to the next KPI is, we need to find average rating. So basically with the help of rating only, the customer can order the food from the particular restaurant. Average customer satisfaction rating across all the restaurant. Alright. Now inside the pivot table field, there is one column which is rating column, right? Now what I will do, I will simply drag the rating column inside the value. Once you drag and drop, you will get by default sum of rating. But instead of sum of rating, I want to show only the average, right? Just to go to the value field setting. Now instead of sum, I will click on this average. Now click OK. Now we will get average of rating. It's completely amazing. Let's change the name average rating. Okay. I will remove this. Average rating we got. Now instead of this rupee, I will just convert into general. Or if you want, you can convert into number in this way. Now the average rating we got is 4.34. I hope you are understanding. Now moving to the last KPI is calculate rating count. We need to find the total rating count, total number of customer review and the rating received. Now just to drag the rating count column inside the value, we will get sum of rating count by default. But instead of this currency, what I will do, I will simply expand from here. I will select the number. I will add the comma from here. Now I will decrease the decimal places. Now we will get sum of rating count as 55,91,574. I will change the name. Instead of sum of rating count, I will simply take here rating count. Alright, I will remove the sum of count. Now click enter, we will get the rating count. Now with this we have done with all the 5 KPIs. First we have done with the total KPI. Let me highlight them. Right. The first KPI is total sales. Next we have the total order. Next we have average order value, average rating and rating count. In this way you can find all the KPIs. Now what you need to do is just to look at the screen carefully. First go to the pivot table analyze. Now inside the pivot table analyze, at the left side the first option you can see is pivot table name, right? Now instead of this pivot table 1, I will change the name to KPI. This is very important. Let me show you why we are doing this. So first you need to change the name. I will write here KPI. Alright. If you want, let me zoom in guys. I change the table name to KPI. Now with this we have done with all the 5 KPIs. If you guys are practicing along with me, do write in the comment section KPI and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's see what are the visual we need to create in order to create an interactive dashboard. So first I will open the PPT. This is the KPI problem statement, right? Now moving to the second slide, which is chart. The first visual which we need to create is monthly sales. Show monthly sales performance and trend analysis. So let's see practically how to create this visual. So what I will do, I will just go to the Swiggy data sheet. Here you can see the data set, right? Now let me tell you one important point. Now inside this complete data set, these are all the columns available, but there is no column which represent the month column. Now with the help of this order date column, we can easily find the month. Now what I will do, I will insert one new column here. Now it is very simple, just to press Ctrl+ on keyboard, a new column will be inserted, right? Now I will change the column name. Instead of column 1, I will give the column name as month. I change the column name to month. Here I will be using one formula equal to test. Now this is the test formula which I am using. Press tab on keyboard. Now you need to select the value. This is the cell we are selecting, comma. Now you need to give the format. Now inside the double quotes you need to give the format like I want to show month, right? I will simply write here MMM. Let me zoom in. Now inside the double quotes, this is the format test. I want to extract a month from this date. Now you need to write inside the double quotes MMM. Now let me close the bracket. Now just to look at the screen carefully, once I click enter, just to wait for few seconds, now you will get all the month record, right? Now let's see the record in this month column. This month column contains record from January to August. I hope you are understanding. In this way you can add a new column with the month name, right? Now let me tell you, if you want to show the full name of the month, it is very simple. Now instead of 3M, let me show you guys, right? Now instead of writing 3M, you can write here 4Ms. Let me write, right. Now in this way you can write 4M. Now just to click enter. Once you click enter, you will get the full name of the month, which is completely amazing, right? Now you can see the full name of the month in this way. Now in the same way I will add one day column as well as quarter column. It is very simple. Just to insert new column, press Ctrl+ on keyboard. New column will be inserted, right? 2 columns are inserted. I will change the column name. I will write here day. Now for the next column I will give the name as quarter. So basically I will show you why we are creating this new column, day and quarter column. Now I will write here same formula, test formula, press tab on keyboard. Now select the date cell, comma. Now inside the double quotes you need to write DDD. Now close the bracket. Now what I am doing, I am writing only 3 times D. Now let me show you guys, click enter just to wait for few seconds. Now finally we will get all the day names, right? I will write the day names in short only, because when we create the visual will occupy lot of space. So what I will do, instead of full name I will write the short name. In the same way for the month also I will write the short name, because it will occupy lot of space. Let me write 3 times M, right? In this way you can change the month name and day name. Now let me show you guys how you can find the quarter with the help of this order date. In order to find the quarter, let me show you one simple formula on the Google. Let me highlight it. If you want to show the quarter in this way, Q1, Q2, Q3, this is a simple formula you need to understand. Now let me show you guys. I will simply copy this formula. Later on I will explain you what is the use of this formula. I will just to go to the cell. Now I will select this cell, go to the formula bar, paste the formula. Now let me zoom in guys. First what you need to do is, instead of this cell A2 cell, you need to select this order date. This is very important. Now once you click enter, just to wait for few seconds. Now finally you will get the quarters, right? Let me show you with the help of this filter option. Now finally we will get Q1, Q2, Q3. Now instead of wasting time, let me show you guys how we have done this. So first let me zoom in, right. Now inside the double quote you need to write Q. Now we are concatenating. So basically we are writing Q ampersand. The ampersand symbol is used to concatenate, means to join two different tests. So first we will join the Q and next we will join this complete test. The complete test will show you the numeric value which is 1. In the same way it will show you 2 as well as 3. Now let me show you what we have done. This is the month formula, right? So basically with the help of month formula we can find the month number. Now I have selected this order date which is the serial number. So basically with the help of this formula we will get the month number which is first month for this January, right? Now what I have done, I have divided by 3. So basically you need to divide it by 3 because we have total 4 quarters, right? So basically in a year total we have 12 months. Each quarter have total 3 months. So we will divide by 3. After dividing by 3 we will get one numeric value which is 0.33. Now with the help of this roundup formula, what we are doing, we are finding the next highest value for this complete number. Let me show you guys, right. This number is 0.33. The next highest value will be 1. So what actually the roundup will do, it will give the next highest value. Let me zoom out. Now with the help of this formula we can find the quarter in this way. If you found any difficulty while finding this month, day and quarter, you can write in the comment section. I will be reading all your comments. Now moving to the analyze. Now let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you are making any changes inside the original data, what you need to do is you need to refresh the pivot table. This is very important because inside the pivot table field the day, month and quarter columns are not added. Now let me show you how you can refresh it. It is very simple. Either you can go to pivot table analyze tab. Now click on this option refresh. There is one option refresh, right, which is refresh all. Once you click on this option, just to wait for few seconds. Now inside the pivot table field you can see the columns will be added such as month column, day column, quarter column. In this way you can update your pivot table. This is very important step you need to perform. Now what I will do, look here guys, I will go to the Swiggy dataset. Now we need to find the monthly sales visual. It is very simple. So first you need to create one pivot table. Let me show you. Press Ctrl A on keyboard as I already shown you previously. Now instead of doing manually, I will show you one shortcut key in order to create a pivot table. It is very simple. Press Alt N V T on keyboard. Once you press Alt N V T, you will get the dialog box, right? The table is selected which is Swiggy data. Now instead of creating a pivot table in new worksheet, I will just to go with this existing worksheet. Now I will give the location. I will just to go to the analyze sheet. Now I will select this cell. Now click OK. Once you click OK, a new pivot table will be created. Now we need to find monthly sales visual. So what you need to do is you need to drag this month column inside the row. If you notice carefully inside the pivot table, if you drag the month column inside the row, now you will get all the rows, right? So basically it will show you all the month names. Now what I will do, I will simply go with this option. I will select the price and I will drag inside the value. Once I drag and drop, amazing, right? Now inside this pivot table we will get month wise total sales amount. So basically if you do it manually, you need to use the SUMIF formula, right? But instead of using any formula, with the help of pivot table we can save our time. Now first what I will do, I will give the formatting for this value. It is very simple. Just to go to the home tab. Now instead of general, I will simply go with the currency. Once you click on currency, you will get the currency, right? Now I will decrease the decimal places, right? If you want to show the grand total, you can show the grand total. If you want to remove, it is very simple. Just to go to the design tab, and there is one option which is grand total at the left side, right? Now from here you can remove the grand total. I will simply click on this off for rows and column. Once I click on this option, now the grand total will be removed. In this way you can find month-wise total sales. Now what I will do, I will just go to the pivot table analyze. Now from here I will change the pivot table name. Right now it is showing pivot table 1, right? Now here I will give the name as monthly sales. Let me zoom in guys. Right, monthly sales. Now I will change the label name. Instead of row label, I will just go to the formula bar. Here I will write month. Alright, name, and instead of sum of price I will write here sales, SALES, right? Now let me show you how you can create a visual with the help of this pivot table. It is very simple. Just to go to the pivot table analyze tab. Now inside the pivot table analyze tab, there is one option which is pivot chart. With the help of this option, we can create a pivot chart. Let's click on this option. Now finally with the help of this we can insert a chart. By default it will show you the column chart, but I want to show the line chart because whenever if you want to showcase the trend, you need to take help of line chart. I will simply select this line chart. Now once you click enter, now finally we will get the line chart, right? So basically whenever if you want to show the trend according to month wise, quarter wise, year wise like this, you need to create a line chart. This is very important guys. Now with the help of this line chart we can easily say that the January month is having the highest sale and the February month is having the least sale. Now what I will do, I will delete the total. Just to select the total, click on delete. Now in the same way delete this one. Now if you want to show the grid line, you can show or you can delete it. Simple. It is very simple. Just to click on this plus icon available. From here you can uncheck this grid line. Alright. Now once you click on this option, the grid line will be removed. Now I don't want to show this month and sales field. I will simply hide. Right click on this. From here you can click hide all field button on this chart. Once you click, the field button will be removed. I don't want to show the y-axis. I will delete this. Now I will on the data label. So with the help of this data label, we can see the values clearly, right? Now finally we have created monthly sales line chart. We need to give the title also. I will simply check this option, chart title, right? Monthly sales, SALES, right? Now the title name is given. We will give formatting later on. Now simply I will adjust it. I will take this here. Now we have done with the first visual which is monthly sales. I will adjust this monthly sales chart here, right? Now let's see the second visual. The second visual which we need to create is daily sales. So basically we need to highlight day-wise sales fluctuation across the week. Let's see practically how we can do this. As I already told you previously, I added one new column which is the day column, right? Now with the help of this day column, we will find the daily sales. Now let me tell you one important point. Instead of creating pivot table every time new, what you can do is you can create the duplicate of this table. Let's suppose if you want to create the duplicate, it is very simple. Either you can do copy paste like this, press Ctrl C, select the table, select the cell, now paste the pivot table, press Ctrl V. Now you will get the duplicate of this pivot table. Let me show you one alternate way. It is very simple. Just you need to select this table. So first let me double click, right. Now select the table. Now let me zoom in. What you need to do is simply you need to now press Ctrl on keyboard. Now once you press here, you can see one small plus icon is available, right. Now look here guys, let me zoom out. Now press Ctrl and drag the table at the right hand side. I will select this position. Now in this way you can create the duplicate of this pivot table. I hope you guys are understanding, right. Now let me double click on this. Now instead of this month, I will remove the month from here. Now I want to find daily sales, right. It is very simple. Now drag the day field inside the row. Amazing. Now you will get daily sales, right. Now if you want to change the label, it is very simple. Just to go to the formula bar. Instead of month, I will write here day. Alright. Now I have created this daily sales pivot table. Now I want to change the name of this pivot table. It is very simple. Just to go to the pivot table analyze. At the left side we have one option which is pivot table name, right? Now I will change the pivot table name. So instead of pivot table 7, I will give the name as daily underscore sales, right? This is the pivot table name I have given. Done. Now we need to create the chart also. It is very simple. Just to go to the pivot table chart. From here we can create the chart. As I already told you, whenever if you want to showcase the data according to the trend, you need to create a line chart. I will select this line chart. Now click OK. Now finally the chart is created. Let me adjust it. Now I will give the same formatting. I will change the table name. Instead of total, I will write here daily sales. Right? In this way you can change the title. I don't want to show this field. I will simply hide all the field button from here. I will delete this total. In the same way, I don't want to show the y-axis. I will delete this. I don't want to show the grid line. From here you can off the grid line. Right. I will on the data label from here. Now with the help of this chart we can easily say that Saturday is having the highest sale and the Tuesday is having the least sale. Now with this we have done with the daily sales trend. Now what I will do, I will simply take this visual here. Now let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you are creating a pivot table, instead of up and down, what you need to do is you need to create the pivot table side by side. This is very important. Alright. Now moving to the third visual, let me show you. Right. The third visual which we need to find is sales by food type. Compare revenue contribution between veg and non-veg category. Now to find this sales by food type, what I will do, I will create one new table. It is very simple. Just to create the duplicate of this, I will create the duplicate, press Ctrl on keyboard. Now drag at the right hand side. Now I will select this location. Done. Now the new pivot table is created. Now what you need to do is first you need to remove the day from here. Now we need to find the food type, right? I will simply drag this food type record in the row. Once you drag and drop, you will get veg and non-veg value, right? Now I will change the label. Instead of day, I will give the label as food type. Food type. Done. In this way you can change the label. Let me double click on this. Right. Now I will change the table name in the same way. From here you can change the table name. I will write here. And I change the table name with sales by food type. This is very important, guys. Now we need to create the visual. In order to create the visual, it is very simple. Just to go to the pivot table chart, we have only two category, right? Veg and non-veg. So what we can do is we can create the pie chart or donut chart. I will select this donut chart from here. Right, this is the donut chart. Click OK. Now finally the donut chart is inserted. Now let's give some formatting. I will change the title sales by food type. Done. I don't want to show this all. I will simply hide all the field button on this chart. Now I will give some formatting. I will on the data label from here. Now we can see the data label. Now what I will do, I will simply go with the legend. Now I will select the legend on the top. Now it is looking perfect, right? If you want to adjust this, you can select and adjust in this way. Let me adjust it. Right. Now when we create the interactive dashboard, I will give the formatting. First we will create all the visual one by one. I will take this daily sales chart here. Right. Now let's see the next visual which we gonna create. The next visual is top 10 restaurant. Alright. Identify restaurant generating the highest sales revenue. Let's see practically how we can do this. So basically we need to apply the filter for this. So first I will create the duplicate of this pivot table. Simply you need to drag in this way. At the right hand side I will create the duplicate of this table. Done. We got the pivot table, right? Now first you need to remove this food type from the row. Remove the food type and drag the restaurant name column. This is the restaurant name field. Drag inside the row. Now finally restaurant wise total sales pivot table is created. But once you scroll down, let me show you guys. I think this pivot table contain many restaurant name. Like here you can see 987. I think it contain more than 980 restaurant. Means out of 980 restaurant, I need to filter only the top 10 restaurant. Do you know guys how to filter top 10 restaurant? If you know, do write in the comment section. If you don't know, don't worry. Let me show you. If you want to filter only the top 10 restaurant, it is very simple. Just to click on this filter icon available. Now with the help of this filter icon, there is one option value filter. Now let's click on this value filter. From here I will just to go with the top 10 option. Once you click on top 10, you will get one dialog box. Now inside this dialog box I want to find top 10. It is very simple, just to select the top. If you want bottom, you can click bottom. I want top. From here you can change the value, but right now I want to find only the top 10. Now I want to filter top 10 according to sales wise. Now once I click OK, just to look at the magic. Wow. Now you will get top 10 restaurant wise total sales. Now what I will do, I will simply change the label from here. Instead of food type, I will write here restaurant. RESTAURANT. Restaurant name. Right. Now I want to sort the restaurant from top to bottom. It is very simple. Just to click on the filter. From here you can sort. I will simply click on this most sort option. Now I will check the descending Z to A by. Now I want to sort according to sales. Once I click OK, now finally we will get the top 10 sales restaurant, right? From this pivot table we can easily say that KFC restaurant is at the top. Next we have McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Burger King and the remaining restaurant name. I hope you guys understood how you can filter and sort your pivot table. Now what I will do, just to look at the screen carefully. Now I will change the pivot table name. I will go to pivot table analyze. From here I will change the pivot table name. I will give the pivot table name as restaurant wise sales. Now we will create one chart. It is very simple. Select the pivot table, go to pivot table chart. Instead of column chart, line chart, pie chart, bar chart or different chart, I will create this tree map chart. So basically with the help of tree map chart, we can easily understand which restaurant is having the highest sale. But if you notice carefully, it will give one warning. You can't create this chart type with data inside a pivot table. Please select a different chart type or copy the data outside the pivot table. So basically we cannot create the tree map when the data is inside a pivot table. Now let me show you how you can create the tree map. It is very simple guys. You need to use one offset function in Excel. The offset function is very powerful. Now first I will remove the filter from here. Just you need to focus. This is very important. Remove the filter, right. Now you will get the pivot table in descending order, right. If you want you can remove the sorting also, but no problem. Now what you need to do is you need to take help of offset function. Let me show you how you can use the offset function. I will write here equal to offset. Let me show you guys. It will return a reference to a range, that is a given number of rows and column from a given reference. Let me show you practically. Press tab on keyboard. Now first you need to give the reference. So what you need to do is first you need to select the first cell of your data. Now the first cell of the data is restaurant name. I will select this cell which is a reference. Now use comma. Now we have few more arguments. First one is reference. Next we need to give the rows. Next column, height and width. Rows equal to 0 and column I am assigning rows as 0, columns as 0. This is very important. Now you need to find the height of this table. So basically this pivot table contains more than 800 record. Now what you need to do is, in order to find the height of this complete pivot table, we need to use one COUNTIF formula. I think most of you already know that what is the use of COUNTIF formula. Let me show you. Basically the COUNTIF will count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Let's use this COUNTIF formula. I will select the value. The value 1 will be restaurant name. Now I will press Ctrl Shift down arrow. Look here guys, this step is very important. Now once you press Ctrl Shift down arrow, the complete record will be selected. If you want to go back to the formula, press Ctrl backspace in order to go to the formula. Now finally we have selected the range. Now close the bracket. Let me close the bracket. Now with this we have selected the height. If you want to see total number of row in this complete pivot table, let me show you. Total we have 985 row. I hope you are understanding. So with the help of counter you can find the height. Now we need to find the width also. The width is only two, right? Restaurant name and sales. Now in order to find the width, it is very simple. Again use the count formula, COUNT, count formula. Press tab on keyboard. Now select the value 1, select the value 2. Select the range in this way. Now close the bracket. Now with this we have done with the complete formula. Now let me close this bracket, right. Now look here guys, just to look at the magic, once I click enter, now you will get the duplicate of this pivot table. If you want to see the last one, let me scroll down, right. So basically with the help of offset function, you can create the duplicate of this. Now let me show you guys why I created this. Let's suppose if you want to make any changes to this original pivot table, automatically the changes will apply in this range which we have created with the help of offset function. Now I want to find only the top 10 restaurant, right? It is very simple. Just apply the filter in the same way as I already told you. Click on top 10. Now from here you need to click OK. Once you click OK, wow, it's completely amazing. Now whenever if I make any changes inside this pivot table, automatically you will get the same duplicate of this pivot table, right? So basically with the help of offset function, you can create the same array. Whenever if you make any changes inside this data, automatically this array will be updated. Now let me tell you one interesting point. If I keep my cursor inside this array, what will happen? No pivot table analyze tab will be activated. But if I keep my cursor inside this pivot table, the pivot table analyze tab will be activated. Now what we can do is with the help of this we can create the tree map. I will go to the insert tab. Now on the screen you can see this is the insert tab. Under insert tab chart options are available. I will simply click on this option. From here I will select the tree map. Now once you click on this option, now finally the tree map is created with the help of this offset function. I hope you guys are understanding. So with the help of offset function you can create the map which is outside of the pivot table. Now we will use some formatting. So first I will remove the legend from here, right. Now with the help of this tree map we can clearly say that KFC is the top 1 restaurant. Next we have McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Burger and few other. Now I will change the chart title. I will give the title name as top 10 restaurant. Now in this way you can insert the tree map. I hope you guys are understanding. Now with this we have done with the top 10 restaurant visual. Now moving to the next visual, let me show you guys. The next visual is regional sales. We need to find the regional sales. Display state-wise revenue distribution using map visualization. Now with the help of map we need to display the state-wise revenue distribution. It is very simple guys. What you need to do is first you need to create the duplicate of the pivot table. Let me create the duplicate. Just to drag at the right hand side. Okay, right. I will take this here. I will adjust the column width. Now remove the restaurant name from here and select the state. Just to drag the state inside the row. Once you drag and drop, finally you will get the state wise total sales amount, right. You can see you will get state wise total sales amount. Now I will change the label name. Instead of restaurant name I will write here state. Okay, change the label name. Now I will change the table name. It is very simple. Go to pivot table analyze. Now from here you can change the table name in the same way. I will change the table name as state wise sales. I change the table name to state wise sales. Alright. Now look here guys, we need to create the map chart, right. In order to create the map chart it is very simple. Select the table. Now go to pivot table chart. Now select the map chart. This is a map chart. Oh no guys, look here. Again it is showing you cannot create this chart type with data inside a pivot table. Please select a different chart type or copy the data outside the pivot table. Means again we need to take help of offset function. No problem, cancel from here. Now we will use one offset function in the same way. Let me show you guys. Use the offset function. Let's see the offset function. Press tab on keyboard. Now give the reference. The reference will be the first cell of this pivot table, which is a U3 cell. Now comma, give rows as 0, comma, columns 0. Now you need to give the height. As I already told you, the height will be count a formula, right? So let's use the count a formula, count a. So with the help of count a formula, it will automatically count the total number of record in this particular data. Now press Ctrl backspace, right. Now close the bracket, comma. Now you need to give the width. The width is very simple. Use count a formula again. Now select the value, state and cell, close the bracket. Now with this we have done with the formula. Once you click enter, now finally the array will be created state wise cells, right? Now we need to create the map chart. It is very simple. Just to select the data. Let me first adjust the column width, right. In this way you need to adjust the column width. Now go to the insert tab, click on the maps option available. This is the map option, right? Now from here I will click on this field map. Just to look here guys, once I click on field map, amazing, the map chart will be inserted. Now you can see the gradient colors inside this map chart. The dark color will represent the highest sale and the light color will represent the least sale, and these are some states which are having no color. So basically these states represent no data. I hope you guys are understanding, right? I will give the title as regional sales, right. Now done with the title, I want to bring this legend at the bottom. It is very simple. Click on the plus icon. From here, this is the legend option. Now expand this. From here I will click on this bottom, right. Now you will get the legend at the bottom. Now finally we have created the map chart, right. In this way you can create the map chart. I hope you guys are understanding. Now what I will do, I will adjust this map chart at the right hand side, or I will take the map chart here. Now let's see the next visual which we gonna create. The next visual is quarter wise sales, average rating and order. So we need to create a table which provide quarterly comparison of sales, rating and order. Let's see practically how we can do this. I will go to the Excel file. Now I will create one pivot table. I will select this table. Okay. I will copy this. Go to right side. Okay guys. Just wait for few seconds. Let me write. Now paste the pivot table here. Finally you will get the pivot table, right. Now it is very simple. Remove the foot type from row. Now drag the quarter field inside the row. Let's click on the quarter and drag inside the row. Once you drag and drop, now finally you will get the quarter wise sales, right. Now first I will change the name. Instead of foot type I will give the name as quarter, QUARTER, quarter. Now we also need to find the average rating and the order. It is very simple. Drag the rating field inside the value. Finally you will get the sum of rating. I don't want to show sum of rating. I want to show only the average rating. I will simply click on this value field setting. From here I will click on this average. Okay. Now once you click OK, finally you will get the average of rating. I will give the formatting. I don't want to show the currency. I will simply go with the number. Now I will change the label from here. Instead of average of rating, I will simply write here AVG, average space rating, right. Now in this way you can change the label. Now finally we need to find the orders also. In order to find the order, as I already told you, we need to find the count, right. I will simply select the state inside the value. Now I want to give the formatting. Instead of currency, I will simply click on number. From here I will decrease the decimal places. And with the help of this option we can change the name. I will write here orders, ORDERS. Now click enter. Finally you will get the table which represent quarter wise sales, average rating and the number of orders. If you want you can give the comma with the help of this option, right. Now let me tell you one important point. I want to show this pivot table inside the dashboard. But inside the dashboard I don't want to show this filter icon. I want to remove this filter icon. Now let me show you what you can do is, you can simply use one offset function for this also. Let me show you. So with the help of offset function, we will create one new array. I will select the cell, comma. Now select the rows. row is 0 comma, columns are 0 comma. Now you need to select the height. Height is very simple, count A, open the bracket. Now select the range. I will select this range. Now close the bracket. Finally we have done with the height. Now you need to give the width also. I will select here count A formula, open the bracket. Now select the range in this way. Now with this we have done with the offset function. So if you notice carefully, the cells are not represented in the currency format. In the same way I need to make changes to these all values. If you want to make changes, it is very simple. Now select the cell in this way. Now go to the general. From here you can click on this currency. Right. Now decrease the decimal places. In this way you can give the formatting, guys. I will decrease the decimal places for the average rating. I will take 2 decimal places. In the same way you can give the formatting for the order. Add the comma, decrease the decimal places. In the same way, let me show you. Here I have created this pivot table, right? So with the help of this pivot table, I have created this array. Here we are not able to see the values in frequency. If you want, you can give the formatting in the same format. Click on the currency, decrease the decimal places, right? For the state array also, we are not able to see the currency. It is very simple. Select the data in the same way. Go with this option, click on currency. Now you can reduce the decimal places. Now you can give the formatting easily. I will make it bold, right? Press Ctrl V. In the same way you can give the formatting easily. Now if you notice carefully, there will be no filter icon for this complete array range. Now finally we will see the last visual of this dashboard. The last visual is we need to find top 5 cities. Display cities contributing the highest sales revenue. So basically we need to filter the pivot table. Now let me show you how you can find the top 5 cities. It is very simple, guys. Let me take this here. I will select the table. I will create the duplicate of this. Just to go to the right hand side. Okay, select this here. I think I didn't change the table name. I will go to pivot table analyze. Yes, I didn't change the table name. I will simply take a quarter comparison. I change the pivot table name to quarter comparison. Now look here, guys. First you need to remove the quarter from this. Remove the order, average rating and remove the sales. Now we need to find top 5 city sales, right? It is very simple. Just to drag the city inside the row. Now finally you will get all the cities, right? Now drag the price record inside the value. Finally you will get city wise total sales. If you want, you can change the label. I will change the label from here. I will write here city. Alright, in this way you can change the label. Now we need to filter only the top 5 cities, right? It is very simple. Click on the filter icon. Go to value filter. From here select top 10. Now instead of top 10, I will select here top 5. Done. Now click OK. Now finally we will get the top 5 cities in descending order according to the sales. Now we need to create the chart. It is very simple. Go to pivot table analyze. So first let me change the table name. Underscore sales. I change the table name to city sales. Okay. Now click on the pivot chart. Now I will create one bar chart for this. I will select the bar chart. I will click OK. Now finally the bar chart is inserted. Let us give some formatting. I will change the title. I will give the title name as top 5 cities. 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 Now delete the total from here. Remove the grid line. Delete it. I will remove the x-axis. Now I don't want to show this all. I will simply hide all field button on this chart. Now from here I will on the data label. Finally in this way you can on the data label. Now with this we have completed with all the visuals, right? Let me adjust it at the bottom. I will take it here. Now with this we have done with all the KPIs and the visual. Now it's time to create an interactive dashboard in Excel. If you guys are really excited to see practically how to create an interactive dashboard, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now first we will create one new sheet. So let's insert one new sheet. I will click on this plus icon. I will give the sheet name as dashboard. Okay. Let's give the sheet name as dashboard, BOARD, dashboard, right? Let me zoom in. So guys, if you want, let me create one more sheet. I will give the sheet name as image. So inside this sheet, I will insert the image of the dashboard which we gonna create. Just wait for a few seconds. Now on the screen you can see this is the dashboard which we gonna create in this video. I inserted the image of this dashboard, right? So without wasting any time, let's move on to the practical part. I will click on the dashboard. Now first what I will do, I will fill the color for this entire sheet. It is very simple. Press Ctrl A on keyboard. The entire sheet will be selected. Now with the help of this fill option, let's click on this. Now from here I will select this black color. Now finally the entire sheet is filled with black color. Now in order to create an interactive dashboard, first you need to create the background. So basically you need to insert one shape. Let me show you how you can insert the shape. It is very simple. Click on the insert tab. Under insert tab there is one option shape. Let me zoom in guys. Right. Different shapes are available, but from here I will select this rounded rectangle corner. Okay. Now once you click on this option, now from here you can insert the shape in this way. What I will do, I will select the shape. Right. Now I will fit the shape here. Okay. If you want to reduce the corner, you can reduce with the help of this. With the help of this option, you can reduce the corner size. Let me reduce it. Right. If you want to change the color, you can change. I will just go to the shape format. On the top, this is the tab activator shape format. From here, I can change the color of this shape. I will select white color. Done. Now, if you want to change the outline color, it is very simple. With the help of this shape outline, I will select this red color. If you want to increase the line width, you can increase from here. I will select 1.5. Right. Now the border is applied and you can see the border color is red color, right? Now I will change the height and width of this shape. It is very simple. Just to go to the shape format. At the right hand side, two different options are available. Height and width. I will give the height as 9 and the width as 16. Just to look at here guys. Now I have given the height and width. Let me zoom out. Just to look at the screen carefully. Now you can see you will get the 16:9 ratio. Now if you want to resize, it is very simple. Now hold the shift button and with the help of this arrow you can resize it in this way. Now we need to give the layout for this dashboard. Let me show you the image. Now inside this dashboard I have given different layout. Like for the Swiggy I have taken different shape. For KPI I have taken different shape. In the same way for visual also I have taken different shape. Now what I will do, I will just go to the dashboard sheet. Now I will insert shape. Again I will go to the insert tab. Click on the shape. From here I will select this rounded corner only, rectangle. Now I will insert the shape in this way. So basically what I will do, I will give the layout for the slicer in this way. Now first I will change the color of this. I will just go to the shape fill. From here I will select this color. I will select this orange color. Look here guys. I am taking this orange color. Let's click on this. I will remove the outline color. I will just go with this option. No outline. Right. Now the outline color is removed. Now inside this layout I will add the slicer. As you can observe on the screen, I have added the Swiggy logo and I also added the slicer. So in this layout I will add the slicer. Now what I will do, I will create the duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D on keyboard. Just to adjust beside this only. Now we will create the layout for the KPIs. In this way you can create the layout. You can decrease the size of this. Now it is perfect. Now I will go to the image. Now I will insert 3 shapes for monthly sales, daily sales and top 5 cities. It is very simple. Just to copy this or you can create the duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now you can see the duplicate, right? Now in the same way what I will do, I will create 3 shapes. Simply I will take here shapes. Okay. I will insert 3 shapes. I think it is perfect. Now I will press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now I will adjust it here. Right. In the same way I will press Ctrl D. Now you can see 3 shapes are inserted properly. Now the shapes are looking professional. Now we need to add the shape for the regional sales and the quarter wise sale. In the same way top 10 restaurant and sales by food type. Now what I will do, I will just go to the dashboard sheet. I will create the duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now I will take this shape beside this one. Okay. Now in the same way I will increase the size of this. Right. Now decrease the size. let me decrease in this way. Done. Now what you can do is you can create the duplicate of this, press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now you can adjust a little bit side by side. Now I will add two more shapes. I will press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now take the shape below it, right? Now let me adjust it. Done. In the same way you can create the duplicate of this, press Ctrl D, take at the right hand side. Now the layout is looking professional. Now I need to add the shapes for the KPI also. It is very simple. Just to insert the shape, or what I will do, I will create the duplicate of this, press Ctrl D on keyboard. Now first I will change the color of this. Go to shape format. From here you can fill white color. Done. Now you can adjust it. Let me adjust the size. Increase the corner size a little bit. Done. Now you can take the KPI at the center. Now we need to find total 5 KPIs, right? I think it will fit. So what I will do, I will press Ctrl D. I will take this KPI little bit side. Done. Now I will press Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. I think I need to reduce it. Take at the right side. Okay. Now again press Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. Now the dashboard design layout is looking completely professional, where you can see I have taken the shapes for the slicer, visual and the KPI also. Now let me show you one important point. First what you need to do is you need to select all the shape. Press Ctrl A on keyboard, select all the shape. Now right click on this. Now with the help of this option you can group all the shape. Now first I will group all the shape. Now what happened? All the shapes are grouped. Now this complete dashboard design layout is looking a single image, right? Now what I will do, I will simply copy this, press Ctrl C on keyboard. Now I will keep my cursor at the right hand side. I will right click on this. Now what I will do, I will simply click on this picture icon available. Once I click on this picture icon, now after pasting we will get the picture which is the dashboard design layout. Now on this picture only we will create an interactive dashboard. Now let me tell you why I have created this image. So basically when I create an interactive dashboard on this shape, by mistake what will happen, the shapes will be disturbed, which will be headache. So that is the reason what I done. First I created the shape. So basically first I designed the layout of the dashboard. Next I have created the picture of this. What I will do, I will delete this complete design layout, press delete on keyboard. Now finally the design is deleted. Now you can see this is the image, right? Now on this dashboard we can create an interactive dashboard without any disturbance of the shapes. So friends, this is a smart trick. I hope you guys understood. Now let's start creating an interactive dashboard. So first what I will do, I will insert the Swiggy logo. It is a company logo, right? It is very simple. Just to go to the insert tab. Now there is one option, picture, right? Now what I will do, I will simply click on this, place over cell. I think it is visible, right? Now I will simply click on this drive. Now let me zoom out, guys. My picture is available in the Swiggy folder. I will just go with the images. Now this is a Swiggy logo, right? I will simply click on this. Now I will click on insert. Now the logo is inserted. Now what I will do, I will simply adjust the logo and I will take this logo on the top. In this way you can insert the image. I hope you are understanding. Now what I will do, I will take all the visual. So basically I will copy all the visual. I will select this monthly sales, press Ctrl and select the daily sales. Now you need to select all the visual. Press Ctrl and select this one also. Select this one, top 10 restaurant. In the same way select the regional sales and select the top 5 cities. Now I will press Ctrl X. Now I will go to the dashboard sheet. Now I will simply press Ctrl V. So basically I pasted all the visual, right? Now here you can see you will get all the visual. Now let me show you what I will do. I will take the monthly sales visual here. I will take this here. Now look here, guys. First what I will do, I will close this pivot table field because it will disturb us. Let us close with the help of this option. Now what I will do, I will take this daily sales here, right? Now let's take all the visuals. Let me zoom out first. Take the donut chart in this area. Done. Take the top 10 restaurant in this and take the map at this place. Now bring top 5 cities here. Okay. Now look here guys, let us give some formatting. So first we will adjust this here. I will adjust the map in this area, right? I will now we need to insert the table, right? I will go to the analyze sheet. Now here you can see this is the table. Now later on I will insert this table because we need to give some formatting for this. So what I will do, let's give the formatting for all the visual first. I will select this. So first I will right click on this. From here there is one option, format chart area. This option is very important guys. Just to click on this format chart area. Now right side there is fill option, right? Now what I will do, I will simply click on this no fill. Let's click on no fill. Now the background color is removed and it is looking transparent, right? Now let us remove the border also. Expand the border, click on no line. Let us give some formatting. I will give the formatting for the title. Select the title. Now if you want, you can give the formatting with the help of this text option available. Okay, this is the text option available. Or what you can do is just to select the title. From here also you can give the formatting. I will simply increase the size of this, right? I will change the color. I will select this black color. Now the title is looking professional monthly sales. Now I will give the formatting for the x-axis. If you want, let me zoom in guys so that you can see it clearly. So let's give the formatting because the formatting will only take some time. Let's select the x-axis. Now from here you can increase the size if you want. Let me change the color. I will select this color. Okay. Now let us change the color for this line. I will go to the format data series. Now click on the fill and line. Okay. Now here you can see this is the line, right? From here you can change the color. Now what I will do, I will select the orange color. I will select this color. Okay guys. Once I click on this, now the color is changed. In the same way, I will change the marker color. So basically these are the markers which are shown in the dotted, right? From here you can change the color. I will select this color and I will remove the border, click on no line. Now I will give the formatting for the data label. It is very simple. Just to click on the text option. From here you can give the formatting for the text. I will simply click on the color. Now I will change the color. I will select this color, right? So guys, with this you can give the formatting in this way. So these are the options available in order to give the formatting. If you want, you can adjust the height and width of the chart according to your convenience. Alright, let me adjust it. Now we have given the formatting for the monthly sales chart. In the same way, we will give the formatting for the daily sales. What you need to do is, you need to just go to the fill, click on no fill. You need to repeat same, click on no line. Done. You need to change the color. I will click on this line. I will change the color with the help of this option. I will select this line color. Done. Line color is changed. Now click on the marker. I will change the marker color. I will select this color. Look here guys, this color I am taking, right? If you want, you can change according to you. So basically this is the dashboard I am creating. If you want to create your own interactive dashboard, you can create. Remove the border line. Now let us give formatting for the title. From here I will give the formatting. Now let me show you guys. Look at the screen carefully. The title is this one, right? The chart title size is 18. I will decrease the size. I will take it as 16. Now for this also I will take the size as 16 only. Now with the help of this option you can change the color. Now in the same way, let's see this one, x-axis. The size is 10.5. I will take it as 11, right? Now for this also I will take the size as 11. This is the font size. I will change the font color to black color. Now we will give the formatting for the data label. Change the color, go to text option. Now click on this text fill and outline. Now from here you can change the color. I will select this color. So guys, in this way you can give the formatting for the monthly sales and daily sales chart. I hope you guys are understanding, right? Now what I will do, I will give the formatting for the regional sales. This is a map, right? So first let me adjust the map size. Okay. Now first you need to no fill. You need to remove the color. I will simply click on this no fill. Now it is looking transparent. Now I want to change the color because according to the logo only you need to select the design color. Now what I will do, I will just go with this option. Now just you need to click on this option available. Now there is one option which is series, right? Now with the help of this option you can fill the color. Let me show you guys. I will go to this option. So basically it is, let me zoom in, right? This is the fill and this is series and option. Just to click on series and option. Now this is the series color. Now instead of giving two sequential color, I will select three colors. Now for minimum, maximum and midpoint, let me show you guys. For the minimum, I will give different color. What I will do, I will select this color as a minimum. Okay. And for the maximum, I will select this darkest color. Just to look here, you need to give the formatting according to this. For the midpoint, I will select different color. I will select this color. Now the map is looking completely professional, right? In this way, you can give the formatting. You can see the darkest area is having the maximum sales. This lightest color states are having the least sale. In the same way, these are the states which does not contain any data. I hope you guys are understanding, right? Now let's give the formatting for the regional sales title. Select it. Now I will increase the font size. I will change the font color. Now in the same way, we will give the formatting for the top 10 restaurant. I will right click on this, click on format chart area. Alright. Now inside this format chart area, I will go to the fill. I will click on no fill because I want to remove the background color. I want to take it as transparent, right? I will remove the border color also, right? Sorry guys, for this I didn't remove the border color. I will simply click on no line. Now I will change the color of these boxes because the dashboard should look professional, right? Now we need to change color of all the series. It is very simple. Just to select the series, on fill. From here you can change the color. I will select this dark color. Okay guys, this is the dark color I will select. Now you can see the color is changed. In the same way we can change the color. You need to repeat. Now what I will do, I will select the same color but I will increase the transparency. From here I will increase the transparency to 20%. Let me show you. I will take it as 20%. Now it is looking perfect. Now in the same way you need to repeat for all. I will select this color. Now I will give the transparency as 40%. Done. Now for this one you need to change the color. I will change this color. Now give the transparency as 60%. Okay guys. Now let me show you. Wow, it is looking amazing, right? Now give the formatting for this also. Select the shape. Now go to fill. Select the color. Now I will select the top color. Now instead of this down color, I will select this color. Right. Now I have taken this color. Now it will look proper. Done. Now in the same way, I will give the formatting for this. I will fill the color. So basically you need to repeat it. Now I will give the transparency as 20%. Now select the lunchbox. Now fill the color. I will select this color. Now give the transparency as 40%. Now select this shape. Select the color. I will select this color. Now you need to give the transparency as 60%. So in this way you need to change the color. Third color. Okay. Click on this. Now you can see the color is changed. Now for this I will select the same color. Third color. Now I will give the transparency as 20%. Now guys, just to look at the tree map. Wow, it's completely amazing, right? You can see the tree map is looking completely professional. In this way you need to change the color. I hope you guys are understanding. Now let us give some formatting for the title. I will increase the font size. From here I will change the font color. Now we will give formatting for the donut chart. So first let me adjust the size of the donut chart. Let us fill it. Right. So first you need to remove the background color, right? I will just to go with this option, no fill. Now with the help of this option you can remove the border also. Now first I will give the formatting for the title. I will increase the font size to 16. I will change the font color. Now I want to change the color of the slice. It is very simple. Just to click on this slice. From here you can change the color. I will select this orange color. Right. Now it is looking perfect. Now for this I will select different color. From here I can change the color. I will select dark color. Okay. If you want to remove the outline border, you can remove it. Let me go to this option. From here you can remove the outline border. So guys, in this way you can give the formatting. But let me show you. Look here guys. Now these are the legend, right? If you want to show the legend, you can show the legend. or you can off it. You can show the legend beside this value. So first what I will do, I will off the legend with the help of this option. Now with the help of this option you can off the legend. Now what I will do, I will simply click on this data label, click on plus icon. Now go to the data label, click on this option. Now click more option. Now you will get the label more option, right? I want to show the category name. Now it is looking perfect, right? In this way you can on the category name. Now you will get the veg as well as non-veg as the data label, and you will see the total value also. If you want, you can increase and decrease the size of this data label in this way. Okay, let me adjust it. Now the formatting is looking perfect. What I will do, I will simply change the font color. I will just go to the text option. From here I will change the color. I will select this color. Now in the same way we will give the formatting for this bar chart. So what I will do, first I will remove the background color, click on no fill. Now remove the border line, right. Now I will give formatting for the title, increase the font size, change the font color. If you want to change the color of the bar, it is very simple. Just click on the bar. Now you can see the color, right. Now from here I will change the color. I will select this color. Done. Now I will give the formatting for the y-axis. Select this. Now I will change the font color. Now with the help of this option you can change the font color. If you want, you can change the data label color also. Just you need to click on this text option. Now from here I will change the font color. Right, I will select this color. Now in this way you can give the formatting for the bars. If you want, you can increase and decrease the height and width of the chart. Now I will insert that visual table also. What I will do, this is a table, right. Now first I will give the formatting for the header. I will change the color. I will select this color, or I will select this color. Okay. Now in the same way, if you want, you can change the font color. I will select from here white color. I will change the alternate color. Now what you need to do is you need to select this, press Ctrl C. Now go to the dashboard sheet. Now right click anywhere. Now once you right click, there is one option, paste special, right. Now what I will do, I will simply go with this option which is linked picture. Let me show you guys. This is very important option. So what I will do, I will simply click on this option. Now finally you will get the image of this table. So first let me resize it. Right. Okay. Now look here guys, what I will do, I will just go to the analyze sheet. This is a table, right. Let's suppose I will give the formatting for this. I will take this here, right side I will take this. Okay. Now I will adjust the column width. Double click on this. Right. Now the column width is adjusted. Now let's suppose if I make any changes inside this data. Let's suppose I will fill the color. I will take this black color. Now look here guys, you will see the magic. If I go to dashboard, wow, it's completely amazing, right. Means whatever changes I am making inside this table, it will reflect in this image. Now what I will do, I will simply select that same color. I will fill with the previous color only, right. Now you will get the image in this way, right. Now what you can do is you can adjust it. Let me adjust the height and size. Done. Okay, now it is looking perfect. Now we need to give the title for this. It is very simple. Click on the insert tab. There is one option, text box. Let's click on the text box. I will insert the text box here. Okay. Now let's give the title. Let's see the title. What is the title? Quarter wise, sales, average, rating and orders. Let's give the title as quarter wise. Now I had given the formatting. So what I will do, I will simply select this text box. Now I will change the color. So basically in order to change the color, right click on this, click on format shape. From here you can click on no fill because I want transparent, right. In the same way you can remove the border line, right. If you want, you can increase the size. I will go to the text option. From here you can change the color. I will select this black color. Now first I want to increase the font size. It is very simple. From the top you can increase the font size. I will take 16, right. Now I think it is looking perfect. Let me give the alignment at the center. So first let me adjust it. Now give the alignment at center. Done. Now the title is looking perfect. Now I will bold the title. It is very simple. Click on this bold option. In the same way I will bold the title for all. Let's click on this bold option. So with the help of this option you can bold the title so that we can able to see the title clearly. Bold, click on bold, right? Now finally we have done with all the visual, right? Now we need to insert the KPIs. The KPIs are very important. Now let me show you what are the KPIs we have. First you need to insert the total sales, next total order. So what I will do, just to look here guys, I will insert the text box. Just to go to the insert tab, click on the text box. I will insert text box here. If you want, let me zoom in and show you how you can insert the KPI, because most of the people don't know how to insert KPI. I will write here total sales. Alright, this is the total sales I have given. Now if you want, you can give the formatting for this. I will increase the font size. I will take 16. I will take this total sales here. Now in the same way I will repeat for other KPIs. I will create a duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D. Now it is total orders, right? Now we have done with the total sales. Now let's write total orders. ORDER. Right. This is the total order. Now let's create one more duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D, again Ctrl D. Because we need to create 5 KPIs. Now first what I will do, I will take this KPI here. So now let's see the third KPI. The third KPI is average order value. So let's change the title. So basically you need to change this one. Average AVG. Average order 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 value. VALUE. Right. Now for this you need to write total orders. Okay. Now for this you need to write average rating. Because the fourth KPI is average rating, RATING. Now for the fifth one is rating count. I think it is perfect. RATING, rating count, COUNT. Let's see whether it is perfect or not. Average order value, average rating and rating count. Right, it is perfect. Now we need to remove the border color. Select the text box, right click, go to format shape. From here you can remove the border color. Right, in this way you can remove. If you want to repeat the previous one, press F4 on keyboard. Right, in this way you can remove the border color. You can apply the previous task which you have done. So just by pressing F4, now you can apply the previous task. Now the border line is removed, right? In this way you can remove the border line. Now what I will do, I will insert the images for all. Let me close from here. I will go to insert, click on picture, click on place over cells. Okay. Now from here I will insert the images. Now I have already taken the PNG images. I will provide all the practice file, no need to take any tension. Now from here I will select all the images. I will select this checkout, economic, rating, revenue, stars. Now click on insert. Now all the images are insert. Now I will take the star for this average rating. Okay. And I will take this revenue for the value. Let me show you. First let me take all the images here. So basically these are the PNG images. You can see there is no background, right? Now for average rating you can take this one, and for the rating count you can take this one. I think all the images are perfect. Let me check it out. Done. All the images are perfect, right? In this way you can add the images. Now in order to add the KPI which are total sales, total order and others, what you need to do is you need to insert one text box. So first I will go to the insert, click on text box. Now I will insert the text box here. Now let me tell you one important point. Whenever if you want to find the total sales, what you need to do is you need to insert one text box. Now inside the formula bar, write equal to. Look here guys, this is very important. First you need to keep your cursor inside the text box. Now go to formula bar, write equal to. Okay. Now go to the analyze sheet. Now this is the total sales, right? Now simply you need to click on this total sales value. Now you will get the formula which is get pivot table. Let me show you, most of the people will make mistake. Now once you click enter, you will not get the formula as well as value. Why you are not getting? Because you are using the get pivot data formula. Now what you need to do is, let me delete this. Okay, I will go to the analyze. Now this is a pivot table, right? Now go to the pivot table analyze. Now on the top left side, one option is available which is options, right? Now simply you need to expand and you need to uncheck this one which is generate get pivot data. This is very important. You need to uncheck this one. Now let me show you the power of this. Now first you need to keep your cursor inside the text box, go to formula bar equal to, now go to analyze sheet, now select this total sales. Now inside the formula bar you can see the get pivot data formula is removed. Now once you click enter, wow, amazing. Now you will get the total sales value. Now we will give some formatting. I will increase the font size. I will make it bold. Now it is looking perfect, right? In the same way you can repeat for total order also. Let me create the duplicate of this. Right. Now take this here. Now what I will do, I will delete this. Now write equal to inside the formula bar. Go to analyze. Just to click on this total orders. Right. Once you click enter, you will get the total orders. Now what you can do is you can apply the formatting. I will just use the format painter. This is the option available on the home tab, right? Inside the home tab this option is available. Now you can see one brush icon is available. Now with the help of this option you can apply the formatting. Now it is looking completely professional. Now I need to remove the border because the border is not looking perfect. So what I will do, I will simply right click on this, go to format shape, and from here I will remove the border. Right, now it is looking completely professional. In the same way you can press F4 for this. The border is removed. Now I will create the duplicate of this. Press Ctrl D. In the same way you need to repeat for average order value. It is very simple guys. Just write equal to inside the formula bar. Go to analyze sheet. Click on the average order value. Click enter. Now you will get the average order value, right? Apply the formatting. Click on format painter. Apply the formatting. Done. With the help of format painter you can save your time. This is very smart trick. I hope you guys are understanding. Now create the duplicate of this. Now repeat for the average rating. In the same way you need to go to the formula bar equal to, go to analyze. Now click on this average rating. Now once you click enter you will get the average rating. Now apply the formatting with the help of format painter. Now just apply the formatting. Done. So this is how you can save your time guys. Now again you need to create the duplicate of this. Now take for the rating count. Go to the formula bar equal to, now go to analyze. Now click on rating count. Wow. Now with the help of this format painter you can apply the formatting. Now with this we have inserted all the KPIs. Now this dashboard is looking completely professional. Now we are left with the slicer. Now let me show you what are the slicer we need to insert. We need to insert month, state, food type and category. Now let me show you guys how you can insert the slicer. I will go to analyze sheet. Now this is the pivot table, right? Now if you want to insert the slicer, it is very simple. Just to go to pivot table analyze. Now there is one option which is insert slicer. I hope you can see the screen, right? Now with the help of this option you can insert the slicer. Now we need to insert 4 slicer. Now we need to insert state, in the same way month and the category and the food type. Now just to click enter. Once you click enter, now the slicers will be inserted. Now look here guys, what you need to do is you need to select all the slicer. Do you know what is the use of slicer? Let me tell you. With the help of slicer you can filter the pivot table. If you want, let me show you the magic of this. If I click on Chhattisgarh, fabulous. Inside this pivot table all the values will be filtered according to Chhattisgarh. In the same way, if I click on February month, it's completely amazing, right? In this way, you can filter your complete pivot table with the help of the slicer. I hope you guys are understanding. Now what I will do, I will take all the slicer, select all the slicer, press Ctrl and select. Now cut it, press Ctrl X, go to dashboard. Now paste it, Ctrl V. Now all the slicers will come. Now what I will do, I will adjust the slicer. Look here guys, I will give the formatting for the slicer. So first I will take the month slicer at the top. what I will do, I will take the month slicer in this area. Okay, right, I will adjust it here. Now what you need to do is, look here guys, just to go to the slicer tab. This is the slicer tab available. Click on the slicer tab. Now from here, instead of one column, I will add one more column. Now if you notice carefully, now this slicer contains two columns, right? So basically the record is splitted in two different columns. Now in the same way, what I will do, I will take the foot type. This is the foot type. I will take this foot type here. I will go to this slicer. Instead of one, I will take two. Now it is looking perfect, right? In this way, you can add the slicer. You can give the formatting for the slicer. But the non-veg is not looking proper. So what I will do, I will just to go to the slicer. I will take one column only. I think now it will look proper. Done. It is looking proper, right? In the same way, you can fit the category and the state. The category is something, so what I will do, I will not make any changes. I will simply set the category here. Okay guys, in this way you can take the category. Now decrease the size of the category. Done. Now take the state, adjust it here. Let me reduce the size of this. Let me reduce it more. Perfect. Decrease the size of this. Now finally, I adjusted all the slicer at the left side. Now look here guys, if you want to give the formatting, it is very simple. Just to go to the slicer. Now with the help of this option, you can give the formatting for the slicer. I hope you guys are understanding. In this way, you can give the formatting for the slicer. Now what I will do, I will select this formatting. Okay, I think this formatting will look better. If you want to give custom formatting for the slicer, it is very simple. Just to go to the slicer, expand this. Now click on new slicer style. Now once you click, from here you can give the name. I will give the name as custom slicer. Okay, custom slicer. Now I want to give the formatting for the whole slicer. Just to click on the format. From here I will change the color. Now I will fill this color. I will select this color. Now I will go to the border option. From here I will select this outline border, right? Now I can give the color. If you want, you can change the color. I will take this black color only. If you want to make any changes to the font, with the help of this option you can make changes. Now simply I will click OK. Now click OK. Now look here guys, the custom slicer will be created. Now simply you need to click on this option. Now you can see the custom slicer style is applied, right? Now if you want, you can give few more formatting. Let me show you how you can give is. Just to expand this, right click on this. Now click on this modify option available. Once you click on modify, I will give the formatting for the selected item with data. Now what I will do, I will simply go with the format. Now I will click on the fill. From here I will select any one of the color. I will select the white color. Okay, I will go to the font. From here I will click on this bold. From here I will change the color. I will select this black color. Let's click OK. Done. Now in the same way, I will give the formatting for the overt selected item with data. Click on format. I will fill the color. I will select dark color. I will go to font. From here I will make it bold. Now I will change the color. I will select this white color. Right. Now click OK. Now look here guys, just to see the magic. Once I click OK, now the slicer style is changed. If you notice carefully, wow, it is looking completely professional, right? Let's suppose if I click on January, now it is looking completely professional. In this way, you can give the formatting for the slicer. Now I want to apply the same formatting for all the slicer. It is very simple. Just to select all the slicer in this way. Now go to the slicer tab. Now click on this new style, which is a custom slicer. Now finally the custom style will apply for all the slicer, right? In this way you can give the formatting for the slicer. Now I hope you guys understood. So friends, finally we have created an interactive dashboard. Now let's see whether this dashboard is working or not. What I will do, I will simply click on this January month slicer. Once I click, oh no guys, there is some mistake. Let me show you. Now if you observe inside the KPIs, all the KPIs are updating, but the visuals are not updating. Now let's see whether this slicer is working or not. I will click on the wedge. No guys, it is not working. Let's click on Assam, not working. Let's click on any category, not working. Guys, did you notice carefully? Whenever I am clicking on the slicer, only the KPIs are updating, but the visuals are not updating. I think few of you might know already what is the problem. If you know, you can write in the comment section. What is the mistake? Let me tell you. We have created the slicer only with the help of this single pivot table. We didn't create it for multiple pivot table. Now what you need to do is you need to build a relationship between all the table. Now let me show you how you can build. First you need to select the slicer. Now go to the slicer tab. Now inside the slicer tab there is one option, report connection. This report connection is very important. Now once you click on report connection, now the report connection dialog box will appear. If you guys notice carefully, this is the reason I have told you to change the table name. So now you can see this is the city sales table, this is the daily sales, this is the KPI, monthly sales. In the same way you can see remaining pivot table. That is why I told you to change the pivot table name. This is very important. Now if you notice carefully, this slicer will work only on the KPI pivot table, right? So the KPI is checked. So basically this slicer will work only on the KPI. Now if you want to apply this slicer on all the visual, what you need to do is you need to check all the option, right? Now what I will do, I will simply check city sales, daily sales. So basically these are the pivot table. Now let's click OK. Now just to look at the magic, guys. Once I click on January month, wow, it's completely amazing. You can see the reflection inside the dashboard. All the visual will update according to the month wise, right? But if you notice carefully inside the monthly sales visual, you will get only that particular month, right? If I click on July, you will get only the July. Now what you need to do is you need to stop applying the filter on this monthly sales visual. Now in order to stop applying, let me show you guys. Go to the report connection. Now you need to uncheck the monthly sales pivot table. This is monthly sales pivot table, right? You need to uncheck this one. So basically I don't want to apply the month slicer on this monthly sales line chart. I will click on this OK. Now just to look at the magic, if I click on January, now there will be no update inside this monthly sales chart, right? Now in the same way you need to repeat for the food type. Let's go to the report connection. In this dialog box you can see only this KPI pivot table will be checked. Now what you need to do is you need to check all the options. So basically you need to check all the pivot table. I want to apply the slicer on all the visual, right? Now click OK. Now let's see the magic. If I click on wedge, finally you will see all the visual will be updated. But I don't want to filter this donut chart because it will filter the veg, and if I click on non-veg, it will show non-veg only. Now first you need to clear the slicer. Now go to report connection. Now inside this report connection there is one pivot table which is sales by food type, right? Now simply you need to uncheck this one. So basically we are breaking the connection between the slicer and the pivot table. Once you click OK, just to look at the screen carefully, now there will be no update inside this donut chart when I click on this food type slicer. But if I click on this month slicer, it will update automatically according to the month wise. In the same way I want to create the connection for this slicer. Simply go to report connection. Now check all the options available. Now let me show you guys what you need to do is you need to uncheck this state, right? Because if I click on Assam, it will show only the Assam record. So you need to uncheck this one. Now once you click OK, now finally if I click on any one of the state, you will see the update inside this interactive dashboard, right? In this way you can update your interactive dashboard. In the same way, build the report connection for this slicer. Go to the slicer. I want to build the connection for the category, right? There is no category table. So what you can do is you can check all the options available. Okay. Apply the slicer on all the pivot table. Once you click OK, now finally you can apply the slicer on all the visual in this way. So finally we have successfully completed this interactive Swiggy sales dashboard project in Excel from scratch. Now let me show you the power of this dashboard. If I click on the March month slicer, you can see the entire dashboard get filtered according to the March data automatically. And in the same way, if I click on veg food type, all the KPIs, charts, maps and visual instantly update based on the veg sales data. With the help of this slicer and dynamic visual, we can easily analyze business problem and generate meaningful business insight quickly. And the best part is, this is a type of professional project you can add to your resume, LinkedIn, and GitHub portfolio to showcase your data analytics skill to recruiter. If you have completed this project, make sure to upload it on GitHub and also post it on LinkedIn professionally. I already uploaded separate videos on how to upload project on GitHub and how to post project on LinkedIn. The links are given in the description below. Also, all the practice files and dataset are available in the description for your practice. Thank you everyone for watching this video till the end. If you want more real world data analytics project, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss upcoming project. Thank you so much once again. Bye bye, take care, and I will see you in the next video.